Hello, VOD. Today we are going to be doing some building for my compact fusion area. I recently got inspired to create a series of YouTube shorts that will be going over a bunch of different multi-blocks, including compact fusion is going to be the first one. That's going to be exciting. I think the mega apiary, beamline, component assembly line, just a bunch of the really cool Gregtech like multi-blocks that are not really well showcased on the internet, I think. So, in a goal to make this into a video world, I'm going to we're just going to be doing a lot of building today. And also, I want to shout out Entry Vex, who just gave me a raid a little bit before I got in here. Thank you, Vex. You're the best. Everybody join me in following her. So, yeah, I mean, I did a little bit of work on it, but this is what the shell of this area looks like. It's going to house six compact fusions in each place. I'm also kind of thinking ahead. I've been told by some endgame players that I need space for probably about 24 compacts or more. Ooh, oops. So my goal is to make enough space for all of that. Um, so yeah, that's the vibe of today. We're just gonna be listening to some Dune and stuff and hanging out. And I hope you guys enjoy. Sec. I want to listen to Herald of the Change. How's everybody doing today? Cyrus said the boy and Gloobit said based. How are you guys doing today? Alright, the first thing I want to do, I think we should get the front of this building as well as the front of this building out of the way. I laid some groundwork for it so that way it wasn't obnoxious to do on stream. But we're going to be doing some Ring of Loki shenanigans. Doing well made some 4096 drives on TJ for Orproc storage. Hello. Climb Israel Gom chat Gom 9. Oh, I always do that. I want to hear the music today. I have a feeling though that's gonna be really loud when it gets going. Doing good, Nine. Just had a late lunch and getting back to rebuilding ore processing. If you need any help with ore proc or anything, like if you need to see my filters, please let me know. We're not going to be doing anything super important today, so I have no issue in taking some time to do stuff like that. We might also, if I get bored of building, I think we might make the neutronium compressor. It's this big thingy, which we'll need very soon for infinity ingots. Um, it's pretty easy to make, I just haven't gotten around to it. I think my filters are mostly already done, but if I think I need it, I will ask. Lovely. Yeah, the only ones that really matter are there's like 5 things that you filter for, what's it called? The thermal centrifuge, that's the one. This is probably my favorite part of this entire Dune soundtrack. Like, it uses this really interesting scale called the octatonic scale. So it's a series, it's 8 notes, it's a series of half and whole steps. And it actually, the octatonic scale happens to align with a way of thinking that I subscribe to. So there's this thing in music and in physics that I'm sure a lot of you know called the harmonic series. And a lot of musical like chords really sound clear when the harmonics when like you follow the harmonic series with your chord, oh my gosh, words, chord voicings. So that's like kind of my thought process in a lot of my music is following the harmonic series and its voicings and its tendencies. The octatonic scale happens to be almost exactly the same thing as the harmonic series scale that I generally use. It's C, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, A, B flat, C. That's the octatonic. And the harmonic series scale that I like using is, oh, what is it now? C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B flat, C. which is like nearly the same thing. So Hans Zimmer in this soundtrack uses octatonic to like describe the desert of Arrakis, and I think it's really effective. So I don't know. That's why I like it so much. And then he also mixes in like regular non-octatonic stuff for shit like the theme for what's it called? The House Atreides, which makes sense, right? It's more like human and less nature, less natural. I like whatever Chopin plays. You know what? Okay, Americans say I'm gonna give you the music school inside information. All these Americans say like Chopin or Chopin or whatever the fuck. Polish people just say Chopin, bro. They just straight up say Chopin. It's crazy. I just want you to know that. Okay, we gotta build some circles today. I gotta replicate this one. How are you doing, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? See, this is why I can't go to music school. You did not just pronounce it Chopin. This is what I'm saying, chat. That's how it's said. That's how the Polish people say it, bro. Where's my music? It's so quiet. You doing well? That's good. If I get the chance, I will talk about some building theory and other stuff like that, because I know that this stuff isn't the most engaging thing. So I know that most of you are here just for the vibes and hanging out with me. I will try to provide any important information I feel is relevant about building and stuff. I think I have a very good handle on building. I'm really proud of most of my builds. Um, like my grid, my dune, my desert. My grid is pretty fucking sick if I do say so myself. So, all right, how many of these do I do again? All right, let's double check this. We can just do a quick fly height check. Yeah, that looks right. Doing good. I'm gonna lose my shit every time I hear chopping. I apologize for exposing this horrifying insider information into music theory and the uh academic world, I guess is what you'd call it. You expose nothing but your lies. Real. Ooh. Ooh. This song's called Caladan. So I guess Hans Zimmer made a second album full of just his like vibes. Stuff that either didn't make it into the soundtrack or like into the final cut of the movie, or I don't know, just vibes based stuff. That's what we're kind of listening to right now. All right, Chad, is that right? Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. All right, wait. We can do a drop test here. All right, perfect. We made it. It's centered. That's all I care about. I believe this is where the 2 starts, then 2, then 1, 2, 3, then 1. And then that one is part of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Chat, that looks right. That looks right to me. I have this very handy dandy tool, the black hole ring, that makes sure to like stick a stack of whatever it's bound to into your inventory at all times. It doesn't work for like mass block placing because it only gives you like 64. So when you're using the wand, it only, you're limited a little bit. But it's good for like when you're building by hand and you're like measuring up the vibes of something. Yeah, it's a late game Thaumcraft thing. Um, it's pretty late. It's like in the Kami part of the quest book, so you need Ichor, I think, which is kind of crazy, like gating it that hard. But I guess other things that I use are the Ring of Loki or the Ring of Aesir, magic related stuff. Of course, I didn't know. Yeah, you know what? That'll do it to you, frankly. Another thing that I've wanted to do, just off the bat, is I think a rewire of this could make it look a little cuter. I had an idea for like a radial rewire, where I go around the edges. Isn't it easier to wand out the rings than break the excess blocks? It might be. It might be. Either way, it's like mostly done. I just wanted to get that one mainly, and we're gonna work mainly on this room and the adjoining room, because I want camera angles from like here and like here would be nice. Hello. Cheers to that. Cyrus making me drink water. Ah. So immediately we're just undoing all the hard work that I did yesterday. Oh, I should keep this triple part plugged in, like this little thing. How are we gonna get around to the inside? That's the real question, I guess. Schematic the ring. What does that mean? I don't use many schematics actually, because most of the building that I do in game, and I either get it right the first time out of sheer luck, or I fuck it up enough that I experiment with it. Oh, just the part you're copying? That's true. I could. I feel like that would take some time, unless I was like super adept with schematic, which I'm not. That might be a good skill to have though, getting quick with that. This song is cool. This is a very slowed down theme that you hear later in the movie. It's like the fall of House Atreides or something. I'm looking forward to Fluid Shaper so much. Making borosilicate reinforced glass is so long. Yeah. Wait till you have to do osmium reinforced and neutronium reinforced. Although my neutronium reinforced glass is pretty quick at this point. I have 3 UHV fluid shapers, so on Universal. I would highly recommend Fluid Shaper Universal given that fluid shaper, whatever they're called, is fucking below that like handmade. What are they called? Fluid shaper hatches or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about. What the? So that's where my 2 million neutronium went, chat. Oh. Oh, that's a large steel fluid cell. Okay. Okay. Are you fine? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Well, that was weird. Did I catch that? You pick locations, look at one for red point, one for blue point. You adjust the XYZ where you want it to start on red point, end point. Turn on the save function, name it, and you're done. You've made the schematic. I have done it before because I had to do it. A couple of people asked about a couple of things that I was up to, like the meteor stuff, and I made schematics for that. I also started the whole build with a schematic. I designed the main tower in Creative because it was really hard to plan the first like gigantic tower that you guys can often see. This guy. Because I wanted the illusion of it being absolutely huge, but the world height in 1.7 is actually pretty small. It's pretty hard to get something that looks that big. All right, looks like we're gonna need to do some incrementing. I don't hate something like this. I don't love that either. Hmm. The cables really blend in with the corp. I don't even see them on stream. Okay, that's real as fuck. All right, well, I think we need to do something first, which is I have these platforms on this. I did make a design for this originally, so maybe we should copy this design before we try to finalize the wiring on that side, because we're gonna need to have some space. And I am just realizing that this is not gonna fly as it is. Damn, would have looked pretty nice. Maybe we can do it on the outside of the structure. Yeah, you can barely see the cable, says Eric. Is it a bitrate thing? Because it blends it. No, it also blends it on my screen. It's pretty hard to see. You know, I'm hoping actually that it remains that way, because that's probably like my least favorite part of this design of the compact fusion area is cabling it. And there's no easy way to just like hide it. But yeah, here are the cables. It's pretty much exactly the same as Corp from a distance. It is a bitrate thing. You, the moment you replace them with wireless energy hatch, yeah, pretty much. All right, let's measure this out. I don't 15 21. Whoa, 27. Yeah, those line up with my numbers. Okay. The numbers, Mason. So I have a series of numbers that I use to build. I might just be like on some type of spectrum. There's no might about it. I am on some type of spectrum. I like to do 12 block increments, which sounds weird at first, but it will make sense in a second. How many blocks do I have here? Just 3. What I mean by that is that you add 12 to the Y value every single time. So I have floors on blocks 3, like Y level 3, Y level 15, Y level 27, 39, and like keeping going with that pattern. And what that allows you to do is you can divide the floors either exactly in half and have 5 tall walls, or you can divide the floors exactly into 3 and have 3 tall walls on each floor, which I think is really nice. I love odd numbers, so being able to divide things like this is lovely. So I think what we're gonna do is go up to 27. And I do this as personal Y level. So what is going on here? 1, 2, 3 with scaffolding on the outside. Yeah. Spray the cables purple? No. As a music guy who plays Gregtech, I think there is spectrum present. Whoa. Hello, Dune soundtrack. Not gonna lie, music guy who plays Gregtech is surprisingly not uncommon. Yeah, we have Aspect, another content creator who's been working on a lovely series for GT. And he does music as well. Are they? I actually have no clue. I haven't checked. Um, I am going to be the soundtrack composer for GTNH soon, which I'm pretty hyped about. Once 2.8 comes out, I suppose. Chat, I guess that's right, yeah. I wish I had like a stream deck so I could turn down the music on my own. It's about time this mod pack has needed music. Yeah, Sweet Dreams is not something that I presently enjoy listening to. No offense to Sweet Dreams enjoyers. I have the music off because of that. I do too. It's not because of that though. I actually listen to my own music all the time. Like whatever I want to listen to, as opposed to soundtracks. This is a little too intense for me right now. Sorry, Moon over Caladan. I didn't even know GT has custom music. It sort of does. The way it works is when you open the menu, we have a menu theme. But as far as I'm aware, that is from like Five Nights at Freddy's or something. So I'm not really sure how Dream got the license for it. Meanwhile, I play in silence. All right, listen, we're not all as sociopathic as you. My bad. Oh, actually, I'm gonna Ring of Loki this at the end. I know how I'm gonna do it. Okay, next Y value is 39. Mostly because when I play games, I have 0% music on and either blast lo-fi or Camellia. Exactly. Unless the music is so enchanting on its own, like Hollow Knight, I will never listen to other music while playing it because the Hollow Knight soundtrack is so fucking good. There's very few games like that. Destiny 1 was one of those games. I loved the Destiny 1 soundtrack. You know, a lot of people say that, Lamau. I rarely listen to music even if I love it. Well, you know what? I don't even know how to respond to that because my degree is in music, so does that look like half to you, chat? Yeah, that kind of looks like half. Or does that look a little tall? Psyching myself out here. Did I even build this right? 27. The next Y level should be 39. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess that's right. Looks weird though. I turn my sound off and have a video stream running in the background. Hey, that's me. That's me. Hollow Knight got my 50% music volume approval. Those are big. That's a big approval right there. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there are any other like Warframe. I don't listen to the soundtrack at all. No offense to the Warframe soundtrack. There's a couple of really good bangers, like the ones that they make specifically for parts of the game, like We All Live Together and stuff like that. I think We All Live Together is the only one that I actually really, really like. Don't quite know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I'm not super happy with it though. I don't know how to get this laser in without causing any like visual pain. And we're gonna need to do this for every structure. So either I need to refigure out my laser situation or we're just gonna have to live with that, I think. The only time when you're allowed to turn off music in Hollow Knight is during the Pantheon grind. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I hear you. I hear you. I I've gotten almost all the achievements except for the Pantheons. I could never bother with those for some reason. One of these days I will. Alright, chat. 39 goes to 51, right? Do I know basic arithmetic? Do I deserve a college degree? Many questions that we ask ourselves daily. I did have a point in my life when I thought about getting a classical music education. That is essentially what I got. It was you, lol. I just got the expensive stuff for the Mark II fusion reactor. Lovely. That's big. That's when your americium problems really start, I think. I think that's the creation of your americium problems, actually. I recommend, if you would take a recommendation, what Aditya would say is have that thing running non-stop making americium, essentially. And I think I would agree with that. I decided against it because I like my hubby much more. Alright, that's just rude, this cable thing. How do we fix you? I will never grind Pantheon 5 all bindings ever again. That sounds fucking insane. Isn't that pure vessel? Because isn't that really fucking hard? I don't like how this goes so close to the walkway. We're gonna try 2 bends in this cable and see if that makes me happy. Like, sorta. Wonder what would happen if I just followed the outline. Let's give it a whirl, shall we? I got the do whatever you want LMAO music education. The homeless music education, the one that I got. the jobless music education. No, hopefully, if I get these Gregtech soundtracks in, I get a nice portfolio. I've got a wonderful community of you fellows that will like probably listen to my music. So there's that. Hopefully, I can get a job doing game soundtracks or whatever else. Like movie soundtracks would be fine. All right, actually, you know what? Because it blends in with the corp pretty well, I don't mind the cable being straight, especially because when you see it from the outside, it just looks like it hugs the fusion reactor. Let me see. I just need the energy hatches. Okay, Fusion 2 soon. High school is definitely a different beast. Yeah. We don't I don't remember high school. I'm sure something horrible happened. Not a great time for little nine. Absrad? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll turn the music on when yours is included, I promise. You know what's really funny is that Dream and I talked about specifically the soundtracks coming on in space. And it's funny because Aditya is planning this Ross run, so we would be like hearing the music theoretically, which is just really funny timing, in my opinion. Here's that D flat right there. Man, this soundtrack goes pretty damn hard. This is still the Dune soundtrack. This one's called Paul's Dream. It's in the extended Dune sketchbook or something. This is just a theme from whoa, hello. I think something very similar to this is actually in the movie, in the final cut. Rip, no space run enjoyers. Yeah, real. Oh, ad. Twitch ads are genuinely crazy. 2 to 3 full minutes of ads. Okay, Annie. When you guys are back, I'll tell you why. Hello, back. Hi, back now. I'm 9. Um, I'm gonna wait to hear from the other two, and then I'll let you know. I've gotten no one yet. Well, yeah, I think Toshionic has probably given you a gifted sub, if I'm gonna be completely honest. It's likely that you're dodging all of the ads. Um, the woman who sings this is fucking insane. Hello, back. Okay, so I gotta say there is a reason why these ad breaks are happening the way they do. Um, if I don't do scheduled 3 minutes of ads per hour, is what it's supposed to be, uh, people who come in for the first time get like a pre-roll ad, which makes like gaining viewership really hard. You know what? I'm just gonna make this on the other side. So it is the lesser of more evils. I hate ads personally. Damn, bro. Why is she going so hard right now? I'm just trying to relax here. It is crazy, and I apologize for it. Hello back. Yeah, Cyrus, I was talking about how pre-roll ads really fuck viewership. So in order to disable pre-roll ads, there's no way around this other than doing 3 minutes of ads per hour, which I'm hoping isn't really impacting you guys as negatively as it seems to be. I hate ads though. I'm really sorry about it, but I think it's the best way to grow the channel. If I could have just zero ads ever at all, I would be a very happy person. But that is not how it works, sadly. Either run 3 minutes ads an hour or like pre-rolls. Yeah, that's the, you gotta find the lesser of two evils. I think I'm gonna connect them all like this. It's a very subtle change, but it is something. I like to stay organized. That goes hard. Okay. I think that's all the wiring we need to do. That looks a lot cleaner. That makes me a lot happier. I don't know why these textures are doing what they're doing, but they are, so. I don't think I've ever seen an ad and gone, oh, I want to buy that. I hate ads so much. I think our generation specifically is just immune to ads. Like, specifically. I don't know why I got distracted by all that. I got building to do. I should be running neutronium in this thing right now, actually. Let's see if there's any other output hatches that I was missing. It's looking good. I keep absolutely demolishing our Nequadria supply, but that's the best way. So once you get to Fusion 3, there's this lovely recipe for neutronium that you can make in the fusion reactor. So instead of having to smelt it painstakingly, like I think it's like 3 ingots per second at 1024 amps of UV, you can just do this molten neutronium recipe. And with a compact 3, it's like, I think this is like 5 or 6 ingots per second, which is lovely. It's good. And it's a lot cheaper on energy. I think we're pulling maybe 15 amps of UV, which is like 1/8, 1/16 of what I would be using with a Mega EBF. I wish I spent this long on my builds. I need to work on building more. Well, you know what? Hopefully this is what that time is for. You know, you can follow along in my stream. You can build in your world. The only reason I'm going so hard on this is because I want to have a good world, like get some good shots for the fusion, compact fusion short video that I'm working on. I had an idea for a series of shorts that I'm actually very, very excited about because I feel like I would watch the hell out of those. And my idea is multi-block of the week. So I have a lot of favorite multi-blocks in this pack. I think they're really cool, and I think non-Gregtech players and even some Gregtech players who are in early game just don't know about these multis, and it's because they're locked behind late game or you need to know a lot about the game. And I think they're really cool and deserve the spotlight. So my idea was to do like every week I'll drop a little short on YouTube that's like, all right, multi of the week this week is compact fusion. and I'll like talk about like what it does, like the recipes that it runs, some unique things about it and how it operates, and then I'll give it a rating out of 10. For example, Compact Fusion 3 is a 10 out of 10. Not only is it super cool and it's like super cool to put in your like world, it is also has really rewarding recipes for like good energy returns, and I don't know, it's just like it's just fucking sick overall. Shmev5 says, as someone who doesn't play GTNH, I absolutely love seeing all the multis that are part of the game. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do right here. Annie Pendragon says, I think the analysis is that we are not built majorly on TV and mostly on YouTube, and YouTube ads came later on, so it really breaks the immersion of watching. I think so. Looking into a Howl's Castle build, absolutely not practical. I was thinking you should do the airships that are in Howl specifically, like the big, like helicarrier airship style things, or you could do what is that Castle in the Sky movie, the Ghibli one? That one would go hard. Okay, I need to lock in and start designing now. There's one thing I wanted to do was add some depth to this wall here. One of the things that makes builds really good, in my opinion, is adding depth. So anything you can do to make it more than just a flat wall is really important, in my opinion. So we're going to do a little bit of designing on that. I had an idea in my head that used like Corp 4. Of course, it's always Corp, right? And then we're gonna turn this, all right, one sec. I think this is the central block. So another build technique that I do is something that Threefold does. So instead of doing chunks based on exactly the size of the chunk, I use the northwest corner as an anchor block for my chunk because I love odd numbers. So basically, northwest block is always in, and then I extend each chunk by one block in each direction. And what that allows me to do is that all of my chunks overlap, because for example, this is the anchor block for this chunk, and each of these blocks go out by one block on each corner, right? It allows you to have 17 by 17 chunks, but it also allows you to have things that align with the like default chunk barriers in Minecraft, which I think is really important. Having like a global grid, I think really helps me as a builder. So just wanted to talk about that. I'm looking into Howl's Castle and Castle in the Air by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Yo, King Gizzard mentioned, bro. King Giz mentioned, bro. That is not right. I think the center is that block because it looks like it's off by one. And then, yeah, that's the, yeah, that's perfect. Center, center, center. So I think I'm going to design this left side one, and then I am going to do Ring of Loki to do these other two. That looks right, right? If those are the center blocks. Yeah. Yeah. Then we got ASMR Sand Sounds by Hans Zimmer. This is something. In my pack, there's an item that's called the Certificate of Not Being a Noob Anymore, which takes 2 stacks of neutronium blocks, takes 10 straight days at UV. We do actually have that. I think it's a little harder to make in GTNH. Oh, no, it's not. This is easy as fuck. This just takes 1 million seconds, 100 million seconds. That's pretty free. I think you make this an endgame though. Or you used to. Huh. I guess they changed that tab. Welcome to hell. Congratulations, you've beaten most of the pack. You have some absolutely outrageous final challenges for you. Maybe start by showing us your certificate. I don't even know where that is, but... Skyship idea sounds much better. Yeah, that was my idea, not specifically Howl's Moving Castle, but... Alright, chat. So I had an idea for this, and then it left my brain as soon as I started thinking. I think we'll start down here. I want this to be the inner layer, and then I'll use corp roof tiles. Architecture blocks are also really sick. Like, that's another big reason I love GTNH. Especially the work that SAMHSA has done to make building in this pack really interesting. I really appreciate. I want to make this a specific length. It needs to be odd numbered. So 1, 2, 3. That does not look like it's odd numbered. Will it make a difference at the end of the day? All right, how big do I actually want this to be? That doesn't look terrifying, whatever this is. Yeah, I actually like that. We're gonna roll with that for now. Let me catch up with chat in a sec. I think that's like 3 years, by the way. Okay, it is 3 years at LV, so you'd have to calculate using an extruder block, which is 250% faster, like a multi-block. And then you'd have to do some overclock calculations to really actually dial it in. Oh yeah, I forgot that I can just do this. Architecture blocks are really cool. Here's another building tip. If you place an architecture block adjacent or like on another architecture block, it will try to copy the rotation of whatever architecture block is placing. So I can show you an example. When I place this slope A, it will pretty much always be placed with the big side down. If I place it next to another architecture block, I guess that was a bad example. If I place it on, let's say, like a weirdly placed architecture block, it will always, 100% of the time, try to copy the rotation, which is a cool feature. And that's what you can use in conjunction with Ring of Loki to place architecture blocks really quickly. You just need to keep that in mind so that way you know which, like your order of operations, essentially. Ring of Loki is another huge tool that I love. But I've loved that for the longest time anyway. Gregtech or not. You know, I kind of have a better idea for this. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Dinkwater, hello fights. How's it going? Cheers. It's in UEV right after you make the energy hatch. The main goal is the UHV battery, which is around 2 times as expensive as the GTNH one. Haha, you're hydrated. I don't know how to make slopes anywhere. I just use the carpenter's slope, which is one of the ways. So the way that I make slopes, Annie, which I would highly recommend, is an architecture saw bench or architect saw bench. And you can make all types of slopes here, glow blocks, which are really good. They're pretty free actually. It's recommended in early game you make one of these and just turn all of your dirt into glow blocks and then use that instead of torches. That's pretty free. That is an option. Does anyone know something like old lighting to get rid of these weird slopes? But I feel like it changed recently. Does anyone know what I'm supposed to do to get rid of that like corp or the slope change? If anyone knows in chat, I'm trying to get rid of the texture breaking with between slopes and regular blocks that occurs with shaders. I know that there was a way when you used Optifine, but since they have updated to Angelica, I haven't kept track. I'm pretty sure I could ask in the Samsa Discord and they would probably let me know, but I'm wondering if I could get it solved on stream. Hello, Daniel King, raiding with a party of one viewer. How's it going? Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate that. What did you guys get up to today? And are you a Gregtech New Horizons player? All right, Corp 4. What's good, Daniel? Today, we're just doing a very chill building stream. So there's nothing super flashy that it's gonna happen today. I did want to make this build in preparation for some YouTube shorts that I've been planning, so I decided why not do it on stream, right? Alright, honest to God though, shaders doesn't really make a difference in this area right now. It kind of does in this compact thing with the sky. Oh, that looks nice. We do need to figure out, especially this area, it needs to get broken up a little bit. And we definitely need to do some retexturing there. But I'm very happy with like this shot at the very least. So we're gonna fix, because I had an idea for this area. We're gonna fix this first, and then we're gonna target that area next. I don't want to hurt my poor computer, so we're gonna turn off shaders for now. All right, here's my example of Ring of Loki usage. So we're gonna turn on Ring of Loki, clear my selection. Okay, that's loud. And then when you place these slopes, these roof tiles, they'll all place facing the correct direction, which I think is nice. I guess I could do the same thing using Corp right here. The problem is, so you'll see exactly, when I try to place this, see how this one placed in the right direction, but all of the other ones didn't? That is the biggest problem that you'll encounter. I'm thinking I should retexture this to make it pop, because it's really not. All right, chat. Version 3. Go get our blocks. So I think we're gonna use Corp 6, which is another one of my favorites. I'm a Corp Dick Rider, as you guys all know. What has been your favorite power tier and your least favorite one? Says I value knowledge. That is a great question. So far, I would have to say that my favorite power tier has actually been, I think, UV. And honestly, it's because there are so many really, really cool multi-block goals to like go after. My favorite was definitely Compact Fusion 3, which is why I'm putting so much Badusi into this to this area. Like it's just such a cool machine that like earns its place in your build. Like you really need to give it a pedestal. It's just such a central machine that you need to succeed. Which I just love it. So UV has that. It has the Mega Apiary, which is like the absolute start of UV if you like bees, to get Americium renewably. That was huge. The component assembly line in UV was another one of my favorite goals. And while beamline is ludicrous voltage, you really don't need it until you get to about UV. So there is that. Um, I think my least favorite is the early ages. I hate to say it, but stuff like, oh, why do I have Corp 5 in my inventory? Stuff like, I don't know, like all the auto crafting or the auto crafting that I miss, I suppose is the way I would put it, really hurts me in a way. Like that's why I haven't been super present on Vanguard so far, is because they're still in the handcrafting age and everything just feels a little bit messier, if that makes any sense. Like it's a struggle to get resources and get crafts down. Whereas right now, like I am just like absolutely chilling the fuck, like having a great time doing absolutely nothing. Why is this? Why do you hurt me? There we go. There you go. And Use of the Clouds asks, what's a good source of mysterious crystal dust outside of mining Enceladus blocks? Oh boy, do I have an answer for you. Back when I was in LUV, I was stun locked to LUV, so I couldn't do anything else. So I did all magic stuff. And the way we get mysterious crystal ore, let's see if I can. Oh yeah, I can auto craft this. I'm gonna do something to speed it up a little bit. So this is gonna send a elite recycler at LUV to my meteor ritual setup. And actually the timer is pretty close. We could just wait for it to click. So I have a timer based on the amount of time it takes for my meteors to mine. So this is blood magic meteors, if you didn't know. That should send an absolute honkin' badonkin meteor from the sky into our little clutches. And check this out. This is full of Enceladus snow and mysterious crystal ore. So this was how I fed my mutagen for the longest time, back pre like ZPM essentially. And look at that. Magic Peeposad. I actually do have a guide on how to set up meteors if you are interested. I think meteor mining is one of the coolest parts of Gregtech, and it's really slept on. I think it's like huge for pre-UV, and even like into UV it's pretty nice until you get the space elevator. But I just think it's cool. And just like that, all of this goes directly automatically into my ore processing, and then I have a specific system because this is patterned in order to complete the craft. It needs to be received in mainnet by an interface. So I just sticky bus all mysterious crystal dust from my ore processing subnet, and it ends up in a drawer on my main network. So sooner or later that pattern should be fulfilled as we like ore process. You can see it's ticking down. This meteor setup is so incredibly cursed, but it works so unreasonably well. What's cursed about it? I think it's elegant. Yeah, Manny. Anything my meteor setup is cursed, chat. Why does Annie like to bully me, chat? Okay, let's fix this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. It should be 5. We move it. It's worth it. Did you have a lot of modded Minecraft knowledge going into the pack? Actually, no. The last pack that I played was when I was a kid. I played Sky Factory. That shit was really fun. Sky Factory 3 specifically. Um, but my modded Minecraft, my AE2 knowledge going into GTNH was pretty horrible. Actually, you know what? That is kind of a lie. I played Nomi Factory first, and I got so hooked on Nomi Factory after my friend Leaf got me into it, that Leaf was like, "Yo, you should just watch some threefold videos on GTNH. You know, you might enjoy it. We might start a run one day. It's a really challenging pack. It could be fun though." And so, I was like, okay, all right, we'll watch some of these videos. We'll check it out. Little did I know, I got incredibly hooked on Gregtech New Horizons. So all of my knowledge of modded Minecraft pre this was just Nomi Factory essentially, and like very ancient Sky Factory knowledge. So I do know how to use NEI and stuff like that, but all of my AE2 knowledge I have painstakingly gained through intense study of. Well, Universal actually helped me gain most of my knowledge about subnetting and everything. At some point when I'm done with AE2 infra and power infra, a bunch more processing stuff, I'll do magic. Yeah, I would recommend doing it around ludicrous voltage, LUV. I think that's when magic is the most impactful, for sure. All right, chat, here's the real question. Do I start this slope here? I guess that makes sense. Why is a subnet necessary? Subnets are like the bread and butter for all of universal processing. But what subnets in like practical application actually do is they allow you to partition your storage. So anything that you don't want accidentally like leaking onto your mainnet, you can kind of, I like to subnet it so that way none of that stuff can ever end up like overflowing my drives. So ore processing is like a no-brainer for subnetting because ore processing has so many outputs, and if your ore processing fucks up or like overflows and you suddenly have all of your ore processing spilling out into your drives and you're absolutely fucked, your drives can't move. Oh shit, hello. That is why that is architecture blocks for you. Thank you. That's something you never want to have happening, right? So I just like the idea of having like neat boxes for all of my different storage applications. And that's what subnetting can do for you, essentially. There are more advanced applications of subnetting, like for specific machines, like the assembly line, which I'm working on a video for, where you basically turn the assembly line into a storage subnet where each of the buses on your subnet, like are on your assembly line, are the storage, which is really cool, like a cool concept, right? So your assembly line works as like a little mini storage receptacle, essentially. All right, here's when I want to Ring of Loki. So we're gonna copy this pillar out to both of these other sides. I really like how this looks actually. It gives it a lot of dimension, funnels all of your like focus into this main channel, like central channel, which I like. Multi-block fluid auto crafting and saving on channel. Oh yeah, there's that too. Subnetting can really help you save on channels. By introducing something to one net, you only need to do a couple of like connections for it from your main net, I guess is what I would say. You can make subnets really easily just by a storage bus on an interface, and that's like basically 90% of all subnets. When you put a storage bus on an interface, whatever is connected to that interface, which is generally your subnet, you can see all of the contents of the subnet, which is really free. I can show you guys an example in a sec. I'm just locking into this building vibe that I'm feeling. So for example here, on my plat line, level maintained, you see all of this stuff, like all of these fluids and stuff, like a billion sulfuric acid somehow, a billion chlorine. If this spilled onto my mainnet, I would cry, right? So what I have to interact with the mainnet and to interact backwards is these two interfaces are connected to my mainnet, and filtered on the storage bus is everything I want to take out of mainnet. And filtered on this one is all of the fluids I want to take out of mainnet. And then this is on my platline subnet, this is my platline interface, and then this is the stuff that I want to take out of my platline subnet. And it's really as simple as that. A subnet can be interacted with on that principle very, very simply. I'm glad that this guy is going. That means that something is working. Well, ruthenium is certainly crafting. Are you actually crafting palladium, or are you just lying to me? Whatever. I need to get open computers level maintainers. That shit would probably make my life a lot better. What the Ring of Loki doing, huh? Did I clear it? Alright, let's try this one more time. There you go. Attaboy. Is that right, chat? We'll just bring it up one. Why not? Another thing that Ring of Loki works with is actually building wands, which is kind of cool. I would never have expected something like that. So you can see it copied the building wand action on this side too, which is pretty cool. Oh, whoops. That's probably making some random shit over here or something. Gotta be careful with it though. Double-edged sword for sure. Does that look right? Yeah. Look at that. So stuff like sulfuric acid is not in your mainnet. So that is not true. Stuff like sulfuric acid is definitely in my mainnet. Let me show you what's going on here. So when it needs to, this plat line will request sulfuric acid from my mainnet, is what it's doing. And then any sulfuric acid byproduct from the plat line, I'm not really sure how we're making or why we have this much sulfuric acid. I'm sure it has to do with like zinc sulfate dust or whatever, like LCR recipe, random shit that's like going on. And all this random shit that gets crafted. Why do we have 8 million ethylene on this subnet, actually? Or 800 million, sorry. I grossly underestimated that. Holy shit. Maybe we should be... That is not like a small amount, chat. Also, why is there 1 billion hydrogen gas here? Okay, I think I've also solved this recently, though. You can up the priority on your ME drive, so hopefully it's trying to use from these ME drives before it tries to pull it from mainnet, but I can't actually verify that that's true. I I can only hope that that's how it's been working. There is even some level of unfamiliarity I have with subnetting and stuff. So I'll show you. Sulfuric acid is on my main network, and if I look in my main terminal, should be able to see 77 million sulfuric. You just want to be able to provide stuff like that to your subnets through stuff like that. Yeah, this is all on my main network. It's all in tanks and stuff. all stored separately from storage, like main bulk storage. These drives should contain basically a bunch of weird shit like indoloy. I don't know why there's raw growth catalyst medium here, probably from cancellations, molten metals, random bullshit. Anything that needs to happen in transition. That yeah, like just stuff that doesn't get fully used by my patterns or whatever. All right, it's time that I put on something a little different. Not that different, apparently. Glubit asks, were you making sulfuric acid with algae? And yes, I was. I actually think it's pretty ballin'. Not even like efficiency wise, I just think algae sulfuric is pretty chill. It's pretty cool. It's a good concept. It's definitely not as good as my sulfuric bees, but there's no problem running that currently. And back in like IV, LUV, actually sulfuric through algae is really good in that era. Mostly because it's really power efficient and you don't need really insane throughput to make it work. So I would recommend it to a certain point, but now I have that passively crafting it, and then I have auto crafting patterns for it through my universal LCRs. It's a good passive way if you don't want to do alternatives. Exactly, right? It's just pretty chill like that, you know? I just auto craft it, but now I got tier 4 rocket. I'm gonna pump it. I've heard good things about it, I think. Space pumping for sulfuric, but just never got around to it, TBH. Can't wait to set up your universal LCR. The video looks great. Well, thank you. I can't wait for you to do it. Send progress pics, and if you need any help, always message the Discord. I don't know if you're in there. A lot of people have been joining recently, actually, which is huge. Everyone in that channel pretty much knows me from Universal video, but there's a couple stragglers who come in from like VODs or whatever. Yeah, but we've been through the debugging process for Universal many times in my server. Helped many a people. Hollow is always around, always helping. Yeah, Glubit is also here. Glubit and I and Hollow are working on a document for frequently asked universal questions, which is cool. It was Glubit's idea. If any of you guys are interested, here's the Discord. Join it or die. Felt like a no-brainer at this point. Yeah, it's a good idea. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been trying to get video editing. I spread misinformation. Hello, misinformation. Pause. Pause. I am busy enough being unemployed on my streamer schedule. One of these days. You know, another thing I want to do recently, speaking of AE storage, I want to make yacht tanks. These things have been kind of inspired by Hollow. There's these like non-powered tanks that can hold one fluid at a time, but you can do like, I think fluid cell tier 5. Ooh, wow. Excuse me, chat. Fluid Cell Tier 4 is doable for me currently. Awakened Draconium is a little bit away, but this can hold on its own 1 trillion liters of fluid. And if I make 9 of these cells, it can hold 9 trillion, which is a lot of fluid. That's a lot more than I have of any other fluid. I have 1 billion water from a reservoir hatch, but 1 trillion is a lot more than like 100 million or so. So I've been thinking about that recently, and I would probably put it right in that tower. I plan on making yacht tank soon, waiting to unlock the Cal first. Good call. I, on the other hand, was a Chad, and I had the processing array for all of our circuit needs. So I never, like, I very barely did any by hand or single block circuit crafting, which was lovely. But that was removed. That was depreciated. Sad. I do have a fair bit of knowledge in early game and a weird amount of knowledge in TIC, which I'm assuming is Tinker's Construct. Yeah, it's kind of sad that you can't craft them now. I actually really liked processing arrays. I felt like they had a good spot in the mid game. I'm very glad that large processing factories are gone. The like 6-in-1 machines, those things sucked. I hated those so much. They were so expensive to craft and they were slow. Just not lovely at all. Alright, so that already adds so much dimension to our build. I think we can top it off with some very small details. As usual, I'm gonna be dick riding scaffolding till the morning hours. Let's see how this looks. Is EV a good age to take time to streamline everything and at this point and set it up with AE2? So at EV, I would not worry too much about a lot of auto crafting until you get multi-blocks to do it. I would set up a wire mill, a bending machine, a cutting machine, and an extruder multi-block, because those are huge. And then most of the other ones you basically want to get in IV, or you only can get in IV. But I think IV is where you really want to be doing most of your networking and AE2 stuff, aside from creating patterns for circuits using wireless. You can unlock wireless pretty early. These wireless, where are they? Connectors are fairly cheap. The receivers take an HV tier circuit and Fluix Pearl. All of this is very doable. And then you just connect them with the wireless setup kit. You just one-to-one. And that's how you get into your clean room. I would, yeah. Wireless circuits, oh, such a good vibe. Cutting machines are IV? No, they might be. If they are, then get that immediately, because then you can make it outside of your clean room. All multi-blocks have built-in clean room support, so they do clean room recipes, which makes them really powerful, as you can probably imagine. Circuit auto crafting with AE2, probably top 3 most important things to do with AE2. Yeah, exactly. What I would do is set up power and make sure that you have AE2 storage networks. Get a bunch of 4K cells. The 4K cells are not as bad as they look because all cells can only hold. Oh my gosh, hello Incubo TV. Let me, one sec. All cells can only hold 63 different types of items, no matter how big their storage is. So spamming a bunch of 4Ks will last you for a very long time, especially if you subnet correctly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hello, Incubo TV with the party of 10. Let me give a shout out. How did your stream go, my friends? What did you guys get up to today? I gotta figure out what to do with this beam here. It's the vibe. Today's special stream. I'm excited. What did you guys do? Does that break it up enough? I feel like we want something in the middle here. Live, laugh, love scaffolding. Oxygen not included. Nice. Well, hello everyone involved. I am not streaming Oxygen Not Included, but we are playing Gregtech New Horizons today, and I am working on a beautiful new area for my compact fusion reactor Mark III, which is possibly one of my favorite Gregtech multi-blocks in the entire game. Currently, we have it slaving away at making a bunch of molten neutronium, which is really nice. And we're just like building a beautiful place for this thing to sit. That's my only goal today. There are some other things that I can do if I get bored, but we're making some good progress here on this build. I will shamelessly suggest the lathe multi-block ASAP as well, making cables for AE2 way faster. That is true. That is a good call. Do that. AE2 cables are notoriously slow to make in GTNH. I don't know who balanced those recipes, but they're painful. I don't think I've ever played Oxygen Not Included before. What's it like? What's the vibe? Alright, I would say that I'm fairly happy with this area so far. Let's work on this specific corner, which seems to be like a dead zone of all activity. I think the way that we can start alleviating this is by making walkways. I love me some catwalks, so that's what we're gonna do. I think 3x3 is probably my like sweet spot for catwalks. We can actually do Ring of Loki with this. I noticed that glue bit, as in batch crafting all my A2 cables and controllers, etc, so I can build it all at once. Yeah, that is a good idea. Getting a bunch of cells is good. Actually, I think I can do the blowtorch here. I wonder if this works. It does. Easy game. Alright, that is only half of the battle. And I don't think this looks appropriate without the scaffolding continuing this way, honest to God. Do you have stable A construct than an EEC? That'll make AE2 way cheaper. Oh, stable A construct, that's a big one. I'll show you exactly what it is. So you will have to do a little bit of magic for this. But I have this guy. Well, he's not really showing up right now. This guy. So he spawns in one place, and that is a specific biome called the Toxic Everglades, which you can unlock upon ZPM and enter the Toxic Everglades dimension. However, you will notice I said something very specific, which is biome. And you can get biome changing potions through witchery, including one that gives you the Toxic Everglades biome. This can be done as early as HV. Once you get stainless steel for whatever this, like, it's not the cauldron, it's like this guy, the distillery, which you'll need some things. You'll need diamond vapor and tears of the goddess. Um, and you can make like a Toxic Everglades biome and snag one of these constructs. Segue into 9 salesman mode. And you'll see I have 2 million titanium dust. Stabaloy, when macerated. Yeah, first of all, this guy is affected by looting fully, has a 100% chance for each of them to drop a block of Stabaloy. And these blocks you'll want to macerate into Stabaloy dust, which then you can centrifuge into uranium and titanium as early as HV. So I did that on Vanguard server. I didn't learn about that until like LUV in this run. Actually, that's not true. It was until after HV. I think it was around IV. And we had this running to make titanium and uranium. So yeah, I have a little maceration stack and a centrifuge that's always going until we have enough titanium. How is my mob subnet going? Wow, we've got emeralds, that's for sure. Another mob that I love, anything EEC is the best. EECs have looting capabilities. They're affected by sharpness on swords. So I have a looting 50, sharpness 50 sword. It only goes up to looting 4, but the sharpness does actually affect it. Queen gas are good. Sorry, I totally missed the punchline. The punchline is that all EECs have perfect overclocks, so you just pour energy into them and it's as if you're like multiplying the amount of EECs. So I have Queen or King Gas, which gives you emerald, gold, and gunpowder. It's just the emerald and gold that you really worry about. This guy is going for rotten flesh for something, which we're always out of. I should check on this. Ah, yes, we're making mincemeat out of compressed rotten flesh that has been macerated. If that's not a little dark, I don't know what is. Yeah, you can compress it into a block of flesh and macerate it for mincemeat, which is probably the best mincemeat solution. How level 50 looting? You can, there's a section in my Meteor video on how you do it specifically. You can do an overchanter disenchanter loop. Yeah, I'm gonna link you the Meteor video, and there's a section in it labeled specifically. Where are you at? There we go. So I don't know what the timestamp is exactly, but it is mentioned, like there's little chapters in the video. If you head to the Overchanting Redux, there's a little section on that. Yeah, EECs are wonderful. They're one of the best blocks in the game for farming any type of raw resource. I would also recommend Red Cap Sappers, which you can find in the Twilight Forest. They give you every single thaumic shard, including balance shards, small piles of gallium dust, and golden apples of both kind, which you can macerate into gold. On top of that, they give you a ton of diamonds, exquisite and flawless diamonds, and coal. So if you ever need any of those things, which you will, this guy is for you. I have him running almost constantly. And then I have a thing. This is my only Amazon warehousing depot. All it does is it takes all the small gallium and it turns it into big gallium. So there's that. I think those are like all of the things that I have. I have a blaze one, I believe, or some variant of a blaze. think it's called an Inferno that drops both rods and powder and fire charges, so that's nice. Action Jackson, with a first-time chat, goes for the real deep questions and asks, how many kindergartners could you take on in a fight before being overpowered and killed no weapons? I don't know if I want to think about that, chat. I think I'm good. Me and kindergartners, we don't really have any beef, personally. Resident Evil 4 music. That explains why I feel like I'm in the back rooms. Whoa. All right. Another thing I want to do is beautify this little thing. It's not much, right? But it's these little details that really count for the build at the end of the day. And the problem is I can't do slopes on glass, like tinted glass. I wish I could. But they break up their textures, like they don't connect the glass textures when you do architecture block slopes with them, which is really saddening. So I will try to keep the glass as it is and just hope that we don't notice it too much. But like, look at that. That's already a world better. Around 40, I will run out of breath. Damn, bro gave his actual estimation. All right, and then I will get a series of corp slope. I think this is slope Bs for this part when I get to it. I just don't want to sully my inventory with the slope Bs. What's up, Action Jackson? Are you a Gregtech player, a GTNH? Have you ever heard of Gregtech? Or are you just a random viewer who has found my channel and decided to bless me with that redonkulous question? This song always makes me feel nostalgic. Do I actually like that? I actually do. We're good with that. Random viewer. Okay, well, this will all be quite a new shock to you, but if you've ever played Minecraft, this is a mod of it that includes some crazy technological progress. What you see in front of you is a compact fusion reactor, which is the opposite of what it's named. It's like 40 fusion reactors put into one thing, 48 to be exact, and it can run 192 recipes in parallel, which is lovely. I think we should just keep going hard on the neutronium, like 2 million at a time in little batches. And a quadri is probably gonna hurt. Maybe I let it be. And I should also do some more cosmic neutronium ingots while we wait. Yeah, so today has been a pretty chill stream. We're not doing much progression or anything. I am just building to make this area nice and beautiful. What did you do today, Action Jackson? Damn, that switch up is a little crazy. Chat, I don't know why I ate a whole bowl of pho. Like, I shit you not, like minutes before stream. For some reason, I feel starved. I like am legitimately almost considering grabbing a snack and eating it on stream. Fake pho. Shaking my head. Whenever I eat pho, I feel full for a full 12 hours. Yeah, it's packaged. It's packaged pho. I didn't go out or anything. I really hate slope bees or whatever they're called. Maybe I can do something else, actually. Oh my gosh, hello table. How did the rest of stream go? This is a dear friend of mine, Table Corner from the Vanguard stream, or from the Vanguard's GTNH server, which I am a part of theoretically. Not gonna lie, you should try some Vietnamese brands. I do have a Vietnamese brand of instant pho that's like almost restaurant quality. I'm not gonna lie, it's really good. Which is I've been addicted to it. I've been eating it for breakfast the past couple of days. That's commitment for me. Not a big breakfast eater. Well, I spent a lot of time recrafting a rocket, but eventually got there. So today in the Vanguard server, we got to the moon, which was lovely. I did not stream that actually, but Crypto and Vex and Table Corner all did. Oh my gosh. Cheers. I think the brand of the pho is called Oh Ricey with an exclamation point. Clam says, if your world is hosted on a server, do you plan on making a dedicated ORPROC subnet for neutronium and other time-consuming recipes with a level maintainer? I actually do. So for neutronium, in order to keep it passively stocked, essentially, I have void miners. I think they're off right now because they flooded my ORPROC subnet last time I got a maintenance issue on my max stacks. But we have 2 million neutronium dust currently from ore processing through void mining. And then I keep a maintainer. Why does this maintainer keep erasing itself, chat? What is wrong with it? Yeah, I keep a maintainer for it generally, but this is the neutronium maintainer that is just, he's really unhappy with life right now. He's just not even. Honestly, I'm just glad I got a shot of everyone taking off before I messed it up. You know what? That's okay, table. We still love you. But yeah, today we're just designing a new area for compact fusion. We're like putting some love into it. I can show you what it's looking like with shaders so far. We've got a couple of pain spots that we still need to work on. One of them is this gigantic flat wall that needs some type of decoration. But we've been working on mostly this middle joining area, which I'm really happy with. We've got this glass tunnel here. That looks pretty cool, in my opinion. And this is what the full building will look like, ideally. Any Pendragon says, Ace Cook stuff, the most things that they do are incredible. Hearing the word pho really triggered my inner Viet. Real. Burned out happens to the best of maintainers. Maintainer, I hardly know her. So chat, we do need to figure out what to do here. I feel like something circular to complement the reactor might be good. I will experiment, although doing vertical circles is like the bane of my existence. How are you personally doing, Table? You feeling okay? You've been streaming some long, long hours, my friend. Oh my gosh, Pythagorean theorem, please. Um, Chat, what is if a and b are if the value of a squared and b squared is 81? Okay, what is the square root of 2 times 81? Is there a square root function on here? how do we people normally do root? 81, is it like double slash? No unary version of operator. You need Godforge in the end of it. Square root 2 times 9. Well, no, I'm trying to figure out if I want this to be 9 blocks in width, like this angle to be like approximately 9 blocks. Like how many blocks? I'm like estimating 7 right now. Several annoyances throughout the day and yesterday, but minor, so easily overcome. All right, chat, I'm looking this up. Shouldn't it be 81 times 2, which is 162 square root? 12.72. I was totally off. 1.4 the factor. I am so hip to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait. I'm looking for the opposite of that then. How do I get a hypotenuse of 9 with equal side lengths? What is that question then? C squared equals 81. So a squared, 2a squared equals 81. 81 divided by 2 and rooted, right? Okay, 6.36. That's what I thought it was. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we? I guess we don't round. Then I just copy this pattern. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. 2, 2, 3. Oh, chat. That sort of worked. But then I feel like I need to like make up the values here. Oh gosh. I don't know how I'm gonna do that actually. I might need to get out of do some measuring on my own time. All right, Table Corner says several annoyances throughout the day and yesterday, but they are very minor, so easily overcome. Honestly, despite that doing well, nothing significant to complain about. I got nothing to complain about. I got fucking molten neutronium at 5 ingots a second. Life is good. I feel like we need to find a different way to make this populated. Maybe like right or some slopes like we have over here, but inverted would be cool. It is really a challenge. Let's try that, and if it doesn't end up feeling good, then we'll work on something. The real question is, how do I want to do this chunk-wise? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. I just unfull screened. There we go. There we go. We've got 1, 2, 3 chunks worth here. So I guess we find the middle of each chunk. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, that does look right. So this is where we want to do the first pillar, the second pillar, and the third. Oof. Thank you for the raid table again. I hope you're doing well. That sounds like we made some good progress today. The moon was fun. We got like 20 people on the server. We got a nice like atmospheric shot of everyone launching to the moon. It was pretty cool. Actually, wait a minute. $13 people? Yeah, it was like 20 people. Actually, I can bring this pretty much all the way here and get some roof tile. This could be cool, actually. A lot of experimentation. The reason I'm so reluctant to do live build streams is because a lot of building is like experimentation and fucking up over and over and over again. So you'll need to see a little bit of that with these types of streams, unfortunately. Which is why I feel embarrassed to do them some of the times, because it's like it's slow content. It's not super engaging all the time. But I'm very happy that I did this today, because it kind of proves that, to me, the community aspect of this stream is a genuine part of what brings you guys here, which I really love, and that warms my heart. Seeing all those rockets going together was way too awesome. Yeah, it was cool. I cannot lie. I cannot lie to you. That was pretty sick. I don't think I've ever seen something like that in a modded Minecraft, man. What is Vanguard? Is it a server with a challenge or just a name? So it is a server with a set of challenges. I think I have Vanguard rules, but I'm not sure. There's like a rule book where we follow a like specific set of things. Most of it has to do with showing off all of the multi-blocks per tier and like doing all of the big processing lines like flatline and big ways instead of just making like small automations for it. And we have to complete every page, like every single thing in the quest book page before we move on. So all of LV was completed, and we're currently like I don't have all of LV or MV or HV quest book page completed. Like that's ridiculous. Hey Tosh, how's it going, my friend? Did you sleep through the rocket launch? I tried messaging you. I was wondering if you were gonna be there. My alarm didn't go off. No, I'm sorry. Well, we missed you. Tosh is another Vanguard's member that we love. As well as Deb and System. Hello, System. Oh, this kind of works out perfectly. What the heck? This is one of the best songs in the world. This is Me and Your Mama by Childish Gambino. There is not a single song that I think replicates how this song makes me feel. This is like the only song that makes me feel this way. There's something just so like you can hear it. It's like passionate and crying and just I don't know. Hard to describe. Oh. My alarms didn't go off. I had it on 2 different devices. Bro, you were on Do Not Disturb in Discord. I was trying to message you and see if you were 3, 4, 5. I think Ducky also tried to message you. If you weren't on Do Not Disturb, bro, I would have got you. It is a little bit loud, though. As much as I like this song. Got a hold on me. Would that have been your first moon visit as well, Tosh? Because if that is true, damn. Maybe we can do a second moon launch for people who didn't make it. I swear, when I say Me and Your Mama is one of my favorite songs, they always thought I'm setting up a Me and Your Mama joke. Wait, you're also hip to Me and Your Mama? Because Me and Your Mama really hit it off last night. I couldn't help myself. Sorry, chat. I love that emoji so much. Not gonna lie, Tosh, you can probably find a rocket left behind in a parachest and craft it. I've been looking all over the silo in the HV area in the system, no parts for one at all. Well, you're free to use mine. It is set up on my name tag, but I think we could probably get enough people to do like a second launch, which might be cool. Oh, damn it, I'm gonna have to move these things for the third time today. I should really find a permanent home for them. Maybe I won't move it until I get a better scope of what's actually gonna go on in this building. IB game trying to make more miners right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back for mining and stuff, so. Table Corner says, I set my alarm today 3 hours early after going to bed 2 hours early. Not for the rocket though, only to wake up and then decide to sleep 15 minutes more minutes. And I accidentally turned off my alarm and woke up at normal time. You know what, Table? It happens to the best of us. I have the miners and gas turbines. Lovely. Yeah, we need a ton of neodymium from the moon. That is something that you can only get from high tier planets and meteors and space mining and other stuff. But in the beginning of the game, we will only be able to get it from the moon, essentially. I think this room is coming together nice. I think these pillars really break up the flatness of these corp walls. I think I'm gonna have to add details in between though. I wish I could think of something functional. If you guys have any idea of something that would be functional for like a fusion reactor area, I love to add things that make sense for whatever I'm building. Like would have to be in that building logically type beat. I think that adds a certain level of like importance to your builds. We've got the slow version of Me and Your Mama by Kanye West. Or no, by Childish Gambino. I think we go back to Lefe. Be like me and set up 3 alarms for such things. Real. Definitely adds importance, but also adds organization, honestly. Exactly. I just think it's a really good technique to have when you're building anything that you want to look impressive. This feels so weird building like a fusion reactor building while listening to Lefe. I feel like the vibe is just so backwards. But I'm kinda here for it at the same time. When you got you. So what would a fusion reactor room need? Like a control room, probably. Hmm. There would be like pipes in the hallways for coolant, I think would be important. I mean, this already looks like a ton better. We need to break up a couple of surfaces though. Uh, when I say break up, when I make builds, I think one of the most important things to make builds look good is adding depth. And depth just means anything that's not a flat wall. Because as soon as you have like a flat wall of nothing, like for example this, it's just you're just chalked. It's over. Well, it's not over. You need to do something about it if you want that build to look good. There are very, very few occasions where a big flat area of nothing, yeah, welcome to my cube. There are few occasions where that is going to look good. You need something to direct the eye and direct the motion of the build, essentially. I don't like that I am armed with the knowledge that these slopes can be placed in two different ways. I don't like knowing that fact, because now I see it when it's wrong. What do you mean you dis... Take a seat anywhere. Hey, we just listened to this. Don't do that to me. Took me a whole 5 minutes to build this thing, dude. Have you guys ever seen the meme of like Ray from Evangelion, and it's just like the messiest room you've ever seen, and it's just like, hi, sit anywhere, or take a seat here. You can move stuff out of the way, or like the same meme with people with like really messy cars. I don't think I could ever be one of those people. I had a friend like that who their car was just the messiest fucking thing on the planet. One time I helped them clean it. It was an experience. And he says, "Have a good stream. I'm gonna dip. Good luck building the rest of the compact fusion area." Thank you so much, Annie. It's lovely to have you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Bro, the messy car drives me nuts. I could never. I'm kind of hip. I feel like I would blow my brains out if I had to like get into a messy car. Also, like, how are you acquiring that much mess? What are you doing in your car? Like, I guess people eat in their car. Ah, what a nice stream day today. I was very nervous about this. I don't often do. I'm mostly like gunning progression whenever I stream. Barely ever doing stuff like this. You could probably trace back someone's entire life by going through the shit in their car. I wonder about that sometimes. My father used to say, he told me one time that he used to have a game with his friends where they would look at someone's shoes and immediately make up stories or make judgments about what they did in life and what the type of person they were just based on the shoes that they wear. And for some reason that has stuck with me. I think about it sometimes. I obviously don't make judgments of people like that. Like that's ridiculous. But I think the concept of it is really funny. Oh, and God, Cyrus, I'm almost out. This is my last little sip. If anyone else makes me drink water, I will have to leave and go get another glass. So I don't know if that encourages you to make that happen or not, but you can use your channel points to torture me if you wish. Base dad, get more. You can't make me, Cyrus. I'll get more on the second one. If you do it again, I'll get more. One of the two mason jars that I've been using to keep up with or like the drinking needs I need for this channel is in my room, and I haven't put it in the dishwasher in a while. So unfortunately I'm down a mason jar. That's why I have the small IKEA cups. 54 times more drinking water redeemed. I luckily have it on a 5-minute timer, so you can't torture me like that yet. Maybe I should add some type of like way to torture me further. 5 minutes, got it. All right, we're getting somewhere with this. I think the next area of interest is breaking up this floor here. That seems to be the most important. I kind of have a vibe right now. I want to try something like this. We need to find, I guess we can do the exact same circle, right? There's nothing stopping us. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. How many ones are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corners. Okay, I think I'm going to move that just a little bit. We're going to do this instead. Lovely. And then we're just going to add in scaffolding for all of this, multiply it a couple times. There's a very easy way I can do this actually with the Ring of Loki. Just get some type of anchor block here. Hop down this way. All right, I think that's right. That looks right. Uh-oh. I wonder if my Ring of Loki was up to no good there. Is this enough clearance? I guess we can get in, right? That's probably fine. Live, laugh, love, Ring of Loki. Timer per individual or overall? It is definitely overall. Table, you should add something like this. Find a way that your viewers can torture you, like a little ant in a little box or something, and then let them do it to you. And make it actually something that's good for you, like drinking water. Because then it's like a win-win-win. Like torturing streamers is like a fun thing to do. Like this is a known fact, right? Giving them a way, giving the public a way to do so is like, oh, it's like a chef's kiss. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, honestly, that helps breaking it up. We do need to probably add some horizontal support. Speaking of the torture chat, be right back. That jobless sweatpants fit on. Cheers. Based. Based on what, chat? For a second there, Gluebit, I thought that was Table Corner who said based on your mama. No lie, I think that would have been infinitely funnier. Table Corner is just so demure and peaceful. Hearing something like that from him would be so funny. One of these days, Table, you're gonna surprise me with something like some joke out of the blue, and I'm just gonna go insane for it. I feel like you've like been harvesting the perfect conditions. I think I'm allergic to peanuts, chat. You've been like harvesting the perfect conditions to like pop the absolute funniest fucking joke imaginable to human beings. Do you guys know what I mean? Is that one friend who's just like very chill, very laid back, does not, does not goof around too much, and then they just out of the blue will pop the most funny joke you will ever hear, and you tell stories about it. I'm seeing something that I'm not liking, chat. Why is there 3 blocks of space on this side, but there's 2 blocks of space on this side? I'm so fucking scared right now. I think I know the answer, actually. Okay. We're okay, chat. We're gonna be okay. That song is very, it's good sad. Good sad song. My Gregtech era, this game that I'm playing currently for chatters who are non-Gregors, started off the back of a breakup, actually. And I was trying to find something to do with my life after college, and so it's like, fuck it, let's stream Gregtech. I don't know why. It just happened. But that song does remind me of things that used to be. Chet Baker sings. That's what I want to hear. Was not expecting to hear that. Hear what, the song, or like my confession as to being a Gregtech, as to why I'm a Gregtech streamer? That's okay though. My one and only relationship is to Gregtech. I don't think I can have a relationship. I don't think I've met the right person yet. Your reason? I am either incapable of long-term love, which I don't think that's true, or I just simply have not found the right person. And I have done a lot of living, I feel like. So the fact that I have not found the right person yet makes me very unsure that I will ever find the right person. I wonder about that often. Like, am I just not built for love like that specifically? God damn. Cheers. Love did not, like the breakup wasn't, it was hard. It was definitely hard. But I am generally a person who has, I feel like I'm emotionally strong due to a lot of stuff that I have gone through um, in my life. Speaking of, this is probably off by a block. I don't know. Hi Nine Chat. Hello. Oh, hey Blade Master. Sorry, I didn't recognize that that was a new person. How's it going? Time to universally automate love. You know what though? Recently, I have been climbing a lot this summer as I have gotten home from college and I have time on my hands to do whatever the fuck. I caught up with some old friends from rock climbing that I didn't know particularly well, but one of them got into a relationship with this wonderful person, and they're this absolutely stunning, beautiful couple. I have no words other than like they're like the hottest couple of people I know. Um, and I have been hanging out with them pretty religiously. And for the first time in like a very long time, I have felt loved. by them. Like there was this one time we went to the gym, and afterward I was like, I don't know, we just had a great time. And then afterward I texted the girlfriend like, I just wanted to say it was lovely to hang out with you guys. I had a wonderful time. I always like hanging out with you guys. And then they she texted back, she's like, oh my god, we were just talking about how much we love hanging out with you. And that to me was like, I have not felt loved by like platonic friends like that ever. That was such an eye-opening moment for me. Blade is awake. Doing good, just woke up, feel like my thumb is falling off. I saw that picture you posted. That was a gnarly one. Do we still call you Blade Master even though you cut off your finger? Or is it Blade Amateur now? Sorry, I don't know if that's too soon. Sorry, Blade Master. Now we call me Blade Apprentice. Hello, so everyone, Blade is another Vanguard's member. I've stacked the chat with people who are in a server with me. I'm actually gonna shout out Crypto Ducky right now. So Crypto Ducky, oh, one sec. Crypto Ducky was responsible for bringing us all together. He's like a content creator that I really love, and a very kind person. I wonder if I can shout him out. Does anyone have Crypto Ducky's exact URL that I can shout out? Yeah, he's a chill guy. He was the one who arranged all the Vanguards to stream together, or to play together, and then a lot of us stream, so that's how that goes. Alright, chat, let's take a look at this with shaders. I think we're getting close to where I would be comfortable. The rest of my base has been looking pretty good recently. I think the problem is that there are just so many open areas. Like, I would need to make a compact over here to block off most of the stuff that's going on over here with the open plat line. Maybe I can just make this a actual building. I don't know if this level of detail is something I need to worry about for a literal YouTube short, but let me give a little... Okay, the Crypto Ducky. There we go. Yes, that's the one. Join us in following the Crypto Ducky. You know what, while we're here and my shaders are on, I can give you guys a base tour. There's another thing that I've been working on recently, which is the building to this beam line, which is also going to be in our multi-block of the week short YouTube shorts. I'm actually like insanely happy with how the detail work on this building looks, because there are places where it's like entirely flat, but given the angle of this and how I have things that like break up the flat area, it looks fucking marvelous. Now, the rest of this building is just a box that hasn't even been filled in yet, so we'll need to work on that, but that's probably the next thing I build. This beamline is going to be in our multi-block of the week shorts thing. This thing is fucking crazy. I want to show you guys this. If you've ever wanted to make 1,000 or 6,400 what is this? QPIC wafers? Are they quantum PIC wafers? At a time in 20 seconds? This is your option. You make like it works by accelerating particles through this LINAC, which is the linear accelerator, and sending it into a synchrotron, and then it goes through these photolithographic masks and then imprints on wafers. So there's going to be a video, like a short of this week. How about drink of the week? Cheers. And this should turn on in a second. So here's the mask. As soon as it realizes that it's on, although I've been having this problem recently, yeah, no coolant present in machine. I wonder why it keeps doing that. We'll figure that out. But as soon as it does that, it uses some rods and it sends particles through this mask, and uses these americium wafers. Look at this. In about 20 seconds, we're making 6,000 of these QPIC wafers, and normally this thing takes so long to make. Each one of these QPIC wafers, the normal way, takes 120 seconds at UV energy. That is insane, right? This beamline is so addicting to watch, and all it does is like, yeah, a couple of resources, a little bit of coolant, and there we go. We've got 6,000 more QPIC wafers. As you can see, I've got 27,000 of these. I have been just addictively crafting them for fun. I don't even need them at this point. Hold on, I got a GTNH question that was never clear to me. Can I use higher tier superconductor to move lower tier power? Yeah, absolutely. And I would actually recommend it if you really want to. The reason why is that higher tier supercon moves a ton of amps in very little wire. So UV supercon 1 times wire moves 32 amps, whereas if you go down to like MV supercon, it only moves 4 amps for 1 times wire. So the amperage that you can get on higher tier supercons is intense. And then it all goes up to infinity wire, which is the best wire that you'll ever need. This moves max tier energy with 8,000 amps per tiny one wire, which is good. That's pretty good. And if you get the maximum, it's 131,000 amps, which is a lot. It's a lot more than you'll probably ever need. This is our poor MEBF area. Auto crafting. Man, things are looking good. All right, let's get back to business. I think, you know what? I think we should take a break, get a fresh eye on compact fusion in a little bit. Probably adding glass windows would help this enormously. But yeah, let's turn off our shaders. I'm going to take a little break from building, and we're going to do some progression, actually. One thing that I wanted to do today was to make the neutronium compressor. And that actually, speaking of infinity wire, the neutronium compressor looks something like this. And you use it to create infinity, these like infinity ingots. We're gonna need a lot of these infinity ingots, so we want to make one of these. And let's just start by ordering some of these casings. I don't know if I patterned them out already. I think I have a page with the bookmarks of all of these casings. Okay, so yeah, we can craft the controller today. We've got a couple of things to catch up on. We need cosmic neutronium blocks. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. Compressor seems to be the best. So let's make patterns. Let's go back to normal progression, shall we? We only need 12 of these blocks, so maybe I'll do 4 at a time. Like if I have a 4 amp MV power on an HV superconductor, will it go into an MV energy hatch without exploding? Yeah, it will. Higher tier cables of any kind can take lower tier energy. And generally, it's kind of recommended, I would like to say. Personally, I use draconium cables for everything now, which I think you can make it as early as Ivy, and that has UEV voltage capacity and 64 amps per 8 times draconium, which is really nice. All right, this should be easy as well. We probably already have everything in the ME system to make that. Chuck that there. Neutronium large plates. Now I did prepare for this day. I knew that there's a lot of large plates in Endgame. So I added an extruder bus specifically for these large plates. So that's 3 things. Super dense black plutonium plate. Let's just multiply that once. Might as well. Hello, Pyromancer's Bane. How's it going? Are you a Gregtech player? Is this your first time here? How goes? Actually, I know it's your first time here. What am I saying? First time chatter. Oh my gosh, hello Nova. Catching a few minutes before bed. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for the resub at tier 1. You've been subscribed for 2 months now. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you, Nova. Nova is another Vanguardian. Seems like I've stacked the deck today. Shout out to Nova Shep. I got a question, says Pyromancers. Ooh, 50% of the way to completing a sub goal. Alright. Neutronium compressor. Fluxed electrum cable was not something that I was expecting. Oh my gosh. Blade Master resubscribed for 1 month at tier 1. Thank you, Blade Master. I hope you're well. Man. What can you do to make your gameplay smoother in Minecraft? That's a good question. So what are we talking about specifically? Are we talking about like performance, or are we talking about like vibes, like progression and stuff like that? I'm assuming you're talking about performance. So I have a couple of things for that. Um, are you playing Gregtech New Horizons, or are you playing regular vanilla Minecraft? Yeah, I kind of thought that this was gonna happen. Wire mill, this. Yeah, that's fine. Rendering distance. I'm playing Prominence. I've never heard of that pack. One thing I would recommend is if there are no like performance mods installed, Optifine is good. Um, that one is kind of the standard, although it's kind of black box and generally, I don't know, it's generally a little jankier. If you're playing on some of the newer versions, if you're playing modded Minecraft, I think most modded packs are Forge or NeoForge. I don't really know these days, but if you're playing an old pack like 1.12 or beyond, did it already craft? Oh, it did. You're using Forge? Yeah, Optifine is your go-to. So Optifine is a performance mod that does a couple of different math things and performance things to really help your frame rate, especially. That's one of the big ones. Lowering your render distance helps. Lowering the amount of particles helps. Sodium is good on newer versions. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's pattern all this out. Neutronium casing, which I actually have. How hard would it be to do this? Yeah, I also agree. On newer versions, I think like 1.16 and higher, you're going to want to use sodium and embedium and all of those. I don't really keep up with that version of Minecraft as much. Oh my gosh. And hello Nova with the 500 cheer, 500 bit cheer. I don't I don't think I've ever seen a bit cheer that high. Thank you so much, Nova. I hope you're well. That is very kind. If you're in my server, Nova, I, I can make a note for it, but there's tiers within my server. If you're a donator, you get the Seraphim role. I have it in the rank of the biblical angels. So I have Seraphim and Throne and Archangel. So if you're a donator, or like a bit donator or a tier 3 sub, you get Seraphim. Let me see if I can find you in here. No Nova Shep. Well, if you ever do come here, you're welcome to that role. All right, Europium foils should be pretty easy. Let's throw this into our industrial material press and give this another try. There you go. All right, I love watching these like these big crafts. Molten lead, lead ingot for dense lead plates, 242 dense lead plates at a time. One of my joys is just watching these crafting screens. I wonder where these screws are coming from. Uh-oh. What is my multiplier on this? Oh shit. All right, and then as soon as you do a lot of these crafts, you notice a bunch of the small things that are fucked up with your auto crafting. I need to make these pattern sizes so much bigger for this type of screw. I will do. My Discord server list is kind of long. I can barely keep up with the kids on Vanguard. No problem. Don't feel that pressure to join it, but if you do, you get a cool reward. You get a cool role. We also do a lot of content creation stuff on my Discord. I have like a channel specifically for hyping up other content creators and like showing off your video progress and stuff. Where are you getting? Oh, you're a chem bath. That's so weird. All right, let's get the other casings going as well. So we got our neutronium casings, Naquata alloy frame boxes, which we need 108. It should be pretty free. Neutronium stabilization casings. Did I pattern this? I did. Somehow we can do this. This looks expensive as fuck though. I cannot lie. Why does each of these use a field generator? That's incredible. Hello, Kenzie Sonato. How's it going? Both sodium and embedium are incompatible with prominence. Which Optifine? The Optifine that you'll use depends on the version of Minecraft that prominence is running on. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that pack, so I wouldn't know. $63 of you. Then we want 63 more of you. Let's turn off our level maintainers right now while we do some actual crafting. I was not expecting this today. So wait, how do I get Optifine? You'll need to use the Optifine version based on the Minecraft version you're using. So this pack GTNH runs on Minecraft 17.10. So I would get if I were to put Optifine on it, I would get a 17.10 version of Optifine. Good, trying to set up stuff to start witchery for bees. Or sorry, 1.7.10. Sorry, chat. That was not exactly right. Damn, bro, stop eating my Naquata alloy frame boxes. I need those. I don't think we have all the blocks needed for this thing, but we can at least get started. I'm hoping I can use any type of glass on it, because I really don't like reinforced glass. What's hurting you? Why don't you like this? Does anyone see the red block that's not working? We should have the casings. Oh, we're probably still crafting casings, actually. We are actually kids. We are pretty young. Most of us, I would say. I don't know about Blade Master. He's got a real actual job. So, ooh, I see it. I'm missing an active neutronium casing? That can't be right. Oh shit. That's actually really slow. 20 seconds at UV, god damn. Alright, we can try putting in some IO while we wait. Where does all of the input-output stuff go? Okay, so it needs maintenance, an input bus, output bus, and energy. All of which I can do pretty comfortably. Let's get a UV energy hatch, which I think should be more than enough for this, unless I'm sorely mistaken for some reason. All right, Chet Baker, you served me well. Just thinking, what's the vibe? I could have a 25-year-old kid at this point if I was on that team. I don't know. I mean, you should keep trying, I guess. I'm sure the boy would appreciate it. Somehow I try with the BFE Snapbreakers, yeah. One day we'll get him next time, okay? I promise. I do want a crafting input bus for this, I think. What the fuck do I need exquisite yellow garnets for, chat? And why am I missing this? Oh god. Oh god. Is this for engraved quantum chips? Are there different... It's only yellow garnet. Oh shit. Is there a yellow garnet queen that I can use for this? How hard would this be? Emerald and red garnet, which is ruby and diamond. We might be doing some bees. I'm too into Minecraft and he's too into RuneScape to have kids. I don't think I've ever related to something more in my life. But you are now my parenting icon. I hope you know this. You know what? For now, we can just super bust this up. I'm not super scared of super buses. We'll just use a regular interface, the way that we normally do. Pull this cable up from our main net. Let's get a cell, although I doubt we'll ever need to have a cell in here, but it's always good to put cells in your ME output buses. All right, we're slowly crafting out. It's just these like awakened casings that are just taking forever to get polarized, which is crazy. Actually, you know what? Put this right here. I also want to know, does it say, is there a specific glass we have to use? We can use any glass, chat. Alright, fuck this stupid EV glass that breaks immediately upon touching it. We out here in the mana glass fields today. Is that mana... Why? Wait. Why was it half mana glass already? It's always nice when you can use any glass. I'm so hip. What about a glass of water? Quantum chip, yeah. We need quantum chips for something. Item circuit tier 4? Yeah, we don't get a lot of these item processor tier 4s that we need to use, but it's going to become increasingly relevant as we get into the higher layer, like tiers of storage components. I have spicy water. Bro's drinking and driving, bro. All right, let's make a pattern for this infinity catalyst. So this is what we did all of this for. We have a neutronium compressor that makes infinity catalyst out of dust. I feel like, do we multiply this? Is it even worth it? And then infinity catalyst is painstakingly crafted into each ingot of infinity that we need, as well as a couple of like weird endgame things, like the infinitato. What the fuck? Tiny potato from potato. What does this do, chat? What? Okay. Um, Infinity water fluid storage cell. Okay, that's kind of cool. Infinity booster card, which I desperately want. Infinity chest, which I don't really care about. Blood orb. Sword of the Cosmos. Could I make that? Probably. I don't really care for it right now. Yeah, but just a lot of like endgame Avaricia stuff. Alright, what was I doing, chat? Why do I feel like I was going over to a new place for a reason? I think it was because we need to pattern out infinity ingots. Let's make that happen. So these dire crafting tables are a pain in the ass for endgame. I would not recommend. I think the devs are trying to work on a dire crafting table alternative, but by God, are they annoying as fuck. What you have to do is create the recipe in this. So, for example, we want infinity ingots. Use this. So we shift click it into this thing, and then we need to provide it with like the materials for it, and you can only use one dire crafting table per type of recipe you want to do, and it's slow, and it's a thing. It's a whole thing. So our infinity ingots are going to be pretty slow for a while, unless I need some higher throughput. But yeah, you just pattern it like normal, and it should send it in. It doesn't really matter what slots it's in, and then you need to extract it automatically. So I just use a conduit. Go UHV for quantum water. You eat that tiny potato, you gain all the color corresponding buffs. True. All right, we could easily do some infinity today. I think I'm gonna shoot for the infinity network card, actually. This thing allows me to access my wireless storage from anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. Like different dimensions, different planets. I desperately want this. So actually, we're gonna pattern it out and put a dire crafting table to the task. What do I got here? APUs? I probably want that. Yeah, the fact that I can make this happen is kind of ballin'. All right, let's get everything online. Honestly, we're almost there. I could probably call this craft ahead of time and let it do everything it needs to do to prepare. And it should just place all the infinity catalysts into uh, the bus right here. I gotta make sure everything's wired up before I turn this on then, so we don't power fail, and then we'll be good to go. Why does it do that? Almost there. Hello, would you like to talk with us about our God and Savior, a non-fucked up sleep schedule stare? Hello, Fora, how's it going? It was probably not a good idea to play a highly detailed modded Minecraft on my Dell laptop. That might be doing it to you, honestly. Not all packs are as well optimized as GTNH, but if you want to play GTNH, I know for a fact that you can play this on a shitcan. So maybe give it a chance, give it a try. See how it feels. Going to Warframing. Lovely. Well, thank you for joining me today, Fora. Even though you're not even playing GTNH, you faker. Damn, bro. I want to watch someone on a second screen. I wasn't ready to see you stare. Why, what time is it? It's only, 3:31. Okay, let's make this wireless infinity card and then we'll call it a night. But I'm happy with the progress that we made today. Our this area is looking a whole lot better. I think there's one quick change I can do while we wait for those to craft. I do want to put glass up here. And I'm kind of curious to see how it looks if I like do something like this. Do I like that with the glass texture doing that? Nova says, I'm rocking GTNH on a 6-year-old Ryzen and 3060. I still get over 100 FPS. Bro, I am doing way worse than you. I have a 2700X or something Ryzen chip, which is not bad considerably, but I'm running on a 1660 Ti, which is like ancient, but it's actually pretty good. Mostly because GPU companies have not been making any strides and have only been trying to get money and get ray tracing online, but you know, that's just my opinion. 3700X? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my 2700X is probably like the main limiter though. I think CPU, like Minecraft is very CPU bound, if anything. I think I like that better. One layer of obscurity. We already listened to weird fishes in arpeggi. Hmm. What do we listen to, chat? Hey Ya by Outcast. I'm tempted. GPU is chilling with Greg. My CPU went to 80 degrees Celsius on backup start and looking at cabinet with seeds in it. Yeah, drawers are notoriously bad for performance. That is a known fact of life. Uh-oh. How the fuck did that happen? Well, we live and we learn. How are your AE2 channels set up, says Yeti Gaming TV? I would be happy to show you in a sec. I gotta... Well, you know, I could do this building off stream. I'll show you. While we wait for the last casings, which are probably done pretty soon. My AE2 network looks a little something like this, which is pretty messy looking, right? The way that AE2 channels work in GTNH and the way that you want to set things up is with this system called a P2P manager subnet. What this guy does is he takes P2P ME portals, which take, so these are all of my P2P tunnels. They basically take that face, and they put a portal right up next to it, and then I have this manager bringing these P2P portals anywhere else in my base that I want them to go, and they each carry 32 channels. So one of these dense cables from my P2P manager subnet brings 32 squared channels anywhere I need it to go. So whenever I have a building that I want P2P, or when I want ME channels from, I make a P2P tunnel that links it to the mainnet controller and connect it however I like. I have them all named different things. This is ME or processing or whatever. But yeah, that's the general principle, is that you bring channels through a subnet. And this is what that subnet looks like, which is kind of beautiful actually. Looks like a little virus. Call them carrier networks. I was going to make a video on this. That's a good way to describe them. I like to call them subnet, or manager subnet is basically what I call it mostly. Okay, chat, I think that's done. Before he speak, his suit be spoke. All right, let's fucking fire it up, shall we? 128 infinity catalyst in 5 seconds? Is that good? I feel like that's fine. We don't really need throughput on that. Oh my god. And just like that, chat, we have the infinity booster card. What do I do with this? Do I craft it into my wireless terminal? You don't even need a wireless access point. Extremely buggy, unfortunately, may disappear or fall out of the terminal at any time. Maybe the bugs were fixed. It's better now? Oh shit, do I need to do a quest before that? Okay, alright, I have done this before. Don't fuck with me. Wireless crafting terminal, dude. Oh man. There's no chance in hell I haven't already made this. Watchdogs ass subnet? Yeah, pretty much. Networking 101. Okay, you. Miscellaneous endgame goals. Tier 9 UHV. Come on. What do you mean, bro? Oh, okay. Alright, wait, let's follow the quest line. There is an actual quest line for this. We need Infinity Catalyst. There we go. Then Infinity Ingot comes next. What do you mean? Oh, bro. There we go. We definitely know how to do all this stuff. This is what I get for not following the quest book, chat. Interesting, thanks for showing, says Yeti. Of course, a management subnet VLAN is a real-world idea. Whoa. Networking 101. That's a cool concept. Carious. Thank you. All right, there's our wireless 3.0. Oh shit, we just got 1024 case fluid components. Thank you. Not that that matters too much. All right, how the heck do I use this thing? Shift for info. Allows a linked A2 wireless crafting terminal to be used at any distance across dimensions. Only works when in wireless crafting terminal slot. Do I just install the card by crafting it together? All right, we're gonna try that. And now I think I can get rid of all of the different wireless connectors on my network, which I'm gonna try to target. I don't know if there's a way to like filter these things, but I would love to get rid of every single one of them. Where would you be? Why are you level maintained? Why aren't you on? Oh. Wow, we ran into maintenance issues like that. All right. I'm taking out the good maintenance hatches, chat. Let's get some music on while I finish up. Go to a different dimension to test? That's a good idea. I will. I do want to target every single wireless thing that I have in my base and get rid of them because they cost energy for no reason. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to mine the controller. Okay, we do enable with redstone safe mode. Enable with redstone safe mode. And we throw in the circuit to here. I just realized it's now almost 4 a.m. Yeah, it is also now almost 4 a.m. for me. Have a great night. Thank you. I hope you have a great night as well. What are you cooking with all the UU matter? UU matter is used for all of the UHV circuits. So you need a ton of it, as well as you're gonna need it for nano stuff, nanoforge stuff. Like hundreds of thousands of kiloliters. It's a lot. 4 a.m. is fine. Gotta go. See you guys. Thank you for popping in, Pyromancer. I hope you're well. Alright, let's go test this in another dimension. This will be very nice if this is the case, because then it'll allow like void miner setup to be free as fuck. Oh, I do need oxygen. Alright, the moment of truth. Oh my god, that's so helpful. I'm in heaven, chat. This is one of the upgrades I have anticipated for a while. Alright, it's time to destroy every single wireless terminal in my base, if I can find them. I wonder if I can use this network tool to, like, zone in on them. Two level emitters on mainnet. It's actually much fewer than I thought I would be using. 10 wireless access points. Jesus. Well, we got one. I feel like there's one here that's just like hidden or something. Get rid of this one. You can type wireless card into NEI and it should show you stored with that item in it. That's a smart thing to do, Fora. The problem is that the range on that is fucking tiny, so I would not be able to see most of it. I think there's one on my plat lines somewhere. I think it might be over here? No. But we can do the wireless card thingy. Nothing here. There's definitely one over here. I think I remember placing this one. Yep. There's one for my water line as well. Enemy spotted. There's got to be one over here, I feel like. Huh, I'm kind of surprised. Well, we'll be haunted by it, I suppose. There's also definitely one here, and I wanted to say that it's like on this side of this. I think it's on the cal level. Where is that shit? Unironically, what? I know it's somewhere around here. Huh, insane. Found you. There we go. Alright, let's check my main net. There seem to be 3 hidden wireless access points that are They're somewhere. I think I have an idea about one of them. There's probably one in this tower. On the nightclub floor. Alright. Come on. There we go. Yep. Found you. At the end of line club. Meteor and BM alter, it's the same. Yeah. Oh, wait, actually. That's a good call. Let me check. Nothing over here. Maybe witchery. Wouldn't be surprised. Nothing. There's 2 more hidden somewhere, deep within the confines of my network. I suppose we'll never know. One of these days we'll find it. Alright. But I can retire a happy person with a fantastic stream thanks to all of you. Thank you all for joining me tonight. We made some great progress on specifically this fusion building, which I'm going to be using in YouTube Shorts soon. You know, honestly, I honestly think we're close enough to this build being finished that we could use it for a YouTube short. Craft a wireless AE terminal. Type wireless card into any item should show you storage with that item in it. Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure if I understand the method, but I would like to call it a night for now, honestly. I appreciate the help, though. I hope you are all well. I hope you all had fun tonight joining me on stream as we built. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking around for something that I find to be sometimes a little bit mundane, honestly. I was scared that there would be not a lot of interest in today's stream, just due to we're not progressing or anything. We're just taking it chill and building things. I love and appreciate all of you for pulling up and chatting and making this feel very lively. So, thank you tons. Let's go raid somebody, and then I will say my normal bit to go out. All right, we've got Exo with the Peaceful Challenge. We've got Oh My Grundles, and we've got a new person named Who's My Dude. No mic, no cam, gameplay on a stream. So I think we're gonna raid Oh My. And yeah, that's it. So remember, always, be kind to yourself. First and foremost, if you're not kind to yourself, you cannot be kind to others. So be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And do your best, whatever that is. It will be enough. You're always welcome here, and I'm happy to have you, whether that is tomorrow or next week or next month or whenever. Just join me whenever. So, without further ado, let's raid Oh My Grundles, and peace, everybody.